the lens, and then I'm going to get started. What's up, guys? Today is Monday. Today's YouTube live day. If you haven't already watched the previous video before this, it's the video watch list of the day. I post a video watch list every single Monday for the members, and I mean for YouTube, and then every day or every other day I post it for the members. A couple of house cleaning things I want to go over before we start is we are running a promotion on our Jumpstart Accelerator. So this is a course that takes someone that doesn't know anything about trading to place in their first trade in 7 hours. The promotion is that if you sign up for MIC Annual, you will get the course for free. Now, in 8 days, that promotion ends. So what happens is that course will be sold separately for $14.97. So if you sign up in the next 8 days, you pay for the annual, you get the course for free. After 8 days, if you pay for the annual, you will not get the course. It will be an additional cost. Also, the price of lifetime is being raised in 8 days as well. The reason why we are raising the price of lifetime is because we are introducing a bunch of new perks for lifetime members. We are introducing Tom Diesel is going to be your tab for the day. James is doing 2-hour phone calls. Joe is doing hour-long screen shares. Tosh and I are doing monthly trader clinics. So this is kind of your last chance to lock in your lifetime price because we are raising it and it is never going to be discounted again. So that's going to be in 8 days, guys. In 8 days, the course is going to be not a bundle and the lifetime is going to be raised. So let's talk about trading, guys. So today was kind of a very straightforward day. What I always like to do, guys, is I always like to look for the low-hanging fruit first. So if you don't know what a low-hanging fruit is, I'm going to give you the very quick spark notes of it, the cliff notes of it. And a low-hanging fruit is a stock on day one that has popped and tanked, that is now bouncing on day two. This is a dead cat bounce. So we are looking to short this dead cat bounce. So today we had an incredible low-hanging fruit. I think the ticker symbol was BFLS, if I'm right. Can you guys just confirm that? There's so many tickers happening that I kind of forget. I remember starting with a B, BFLS or BLFS or something like that. So this stock was a low-hanging fruit. This stock went from BYFC, sorry, BYFC. There's so many fucking tickers in my head. So BYFC was the low-hanging fruit. This stock went from $7 to I think it was $2. $7 to $2 on Friday. And today, on no news, on no PR, on nothing, the stock was pumped up to $5. Okay. So, what is a low hanging fruit, guys? It is a stock that is tanked on day one. A stock that is tanked on day one means that there is a bunch of longs that are stuck. These longs that are stuck are looking for a bounce to exit. So, what we do is we piggyback that trend and we short that bounce because the stock has already tanked. Okay. So, coming into today, BYFC was the best stock of the day. It was the low hanging fruit of the day. Pre market, it ran up. As soon as the market opened, it tanked. Okay. That's a good trade. That's good, whatever it is. If you draw your lines, you can see that there was resistance at 450, 470, and $5. It hit $5 and it tanked all the way back down to red to $3. So had you just focused on the low hanging fruit today, that was the easiest, stress-free, highest profit opportunity of the day. That is why I focus on the low hanging fruit first. Not every day, not every week, not every month, we get a low hanging fruit that gaps up on air, right? Most of the time, these gap down. So when we have a low hanging fruit that gaps up, that gets me really excited. So that was that, right? Nothing too complicated, nothing too crazy. The stock tanked at the open. Okay, it tanked from 5 to 4 and it bounced. And I told the members that my plan to scale the bounce was to short 420, 430, and 450. Okay, we got 420, we got 430, and then the stock tanked. So as I was scaling in, the stock tanked, took my money and ran away. Obviously, I could have held it for longer, but I was focused on other stocks of the day. So let's talk about the other stocks of the day. UONE. If you've been living under a rock, you probably have not seen that this stock went from $2 to $40 to $10 to $50 to fucking $25. Okay. So rewind that if you have to hear it again. But that's what happened with that stock. So Friday was the blow off move. Friday was the exhaustion move. Friday was the day that destroyed all the shorts and trapped all the longs. The stock closed weak. Stock was broken. Today, UONE was a low hanging fruit. The difference between the other stock and UONE is UONE gapped down. When a stock like that gaps down, people don't care about it anymore. They're on to the next. They're on to the stock that's up 200%, not the stock that's down 20%. Okay. So coming into the day, recognizing that UONE is still up from $2 made me comfortable to short a bounce on this today. Okay. So what did I do? How did I trade that today? Because it was a gap down. Shorting these gap downs on low hanging fruit is a little bit more difficult. It requires a little bit more finesse. So let me tell you what I did. So what I like to do on these stocks is when the stock opens up and the stock tanks, okay, my goal is for the stock to bounce towards VWAP, okay, and I will short a VWAP rejection, okay. In this case, it was $27. So I took a starter position, $27. I took 2,000 shares, I think it was. And when 27 broke, when it confirmed, I added to my winner another 2,000 shares. So at this point, I have 4,000 shares at like a 26.90 average or something like that. And my plan was either A, cover on the VWAP reclaim for a paper cut loss, or take my $2, $3 a share and be done with it. So again, another low hanging fruit. This stock opened up, it tanked. I shorted a bounce to 27, covered out at 24, and I don't even know what it's trading at now. Maybe you guys could type it in, I'll mention it. But that was the other trade of the day. So we had two low hanging fruits. Those were where most of my profits came from today. Okay. Now let's talk about the other stocks on the day. Let's talk about the day ones. So we had two day one stocks. Okay. Number one was EVOK. Number two was SINT. Let's talk about EVOK first. EVOK was easy to borrow. If you guys don't know what easy to borrow is, it means that anyone with a fucking brokerage account could probably short this thing. Most of the time, if a stock is easy to borrow, it has high potential to zombie, it has high potential to squeeze. So when you are looking to short stocks, guys, make a checklist of warning signs, okay? Low float is a warning. SSR is a warning. Easy to borrow is a warning, okay? So if your stock has any of these warnings, you should size down on it. That doesn't mean that every time a stock is easy to borrow or SSR, it's going to squeeze. But more times than not, if you size down, you will be consistent trading these tougher stocks. Okay. So EVOK today, I think my plan was, if I remember, it was the 480 line and the 5 line in the morning, or 470 or 5 line, something like that. I wrote it in my watch list today, guys. But what I did in the morning was I told myself, all right, if it hits my lines, I'm going to take a starter. But I don't feel comfortable sizing in because the stock is easy to borrow. I only take a small amount of shares. So in the morning, I shorted, I think it was 480, and I shorted $5. I had fantastic average, and I piked out of it, I think at like 450, right? I got out of it really, really early. And the stock later went under 4. So what am I going to do? I can't do anything. But it just goes to show that my plan pre-market, the levels, the lines that I identified pre-market worked. All I had to do was set fantasy orders and wait. So that was another trade of the day. EVOK. It was easy to borrow. I felt uncomfortable sizing in, so I didn't size in. But the low-hanging fruit, because there's more of an edge on those stocks, I felt more comfortable sizing into them. So do you guys see that I like to size in more on day 2 stocks rather than day 1? Because day 1 stocks are still too hot. Last stock of the day, guys, I traded SINT. So SINT was a chart that I really love to see. I think it was trading around 350 pre-market. It went all the way down to $2 pre-market. That to me says this. That to me says that the trend has already shown itself. Okay. So when a stock is tanking pre-market, It has shown its cards. It has revealed what type of stock it's going to be. So what I wait for is I wait for a bounce at the open. In the morning, 270s were selling like crazy. Okay, there was a consistent seller at 270s all morning. Tested 270, went to 250. Tested 270, went to 260. Tested 270, went to 260. So my thought process on that stock was, as long as 270 holds as a top, this should continue to fail, because all it did is a dead cat bounce at the open. It was pumped by a chat room. It was pumped by a newsletter. It was pumped by all these fucking frauds. So I knew that the volume was artificial. I knew that it was a fake move. But just because it's pumped doesn't mean that it's always going to go down. When 270s held, when they reclaimed, when there was a bidder that showed up, stock squeezed all the way to 3. Now, what happens when a stock does that? What we like to do when a stock squeezes up is we want to wait. We have something called the 30% rule. The 30% rule means that if the stock is trading on the front side of the move, we are only allowed to use 30% of our max size. So on the front side, you are only allowed to use 30%. Okay. So what we did is, when the stock was trading at 3, we identified the level that it had to break, the line that it had to break to confirm that it was going lower. So if you draw a line by $2.50, you will notice that that was support. We mentioned to the guys in the room, Bao and I mentioned to the guys in the room, that if the 250 level breaks, then every single long from the open is underwater. Every single short is no longer trapped, and the trend is going to continue to go lower, because that is what the stock showed us pre-market. The stock broke 250, and within fucking 10, 15 minutes went all the way down to 2. So how do you identify this level? How do you wait for this level? If you had the patience to wait for this level, you would have had the lowest stress, highest probability trade on that stock. So notice how every single stock that I'm trading, every single stock that I am mentioning is pre-planned. Every single stock, I am not winging it. I'm not just saying it's going to go up, it's going to go down. I am identifying key levels, right? Key levels that, if they break or if they hold, will send the stock in a direction, guys. This is why we say that in trading you have an edge, right? If you want to only short the stock when it is broken, and you identify that 250 is the level that it has to break, in trading you could just wait until 250 comes along, and that's your trade. So is this stuff making sense to you guys? Today was a straightforward day. The reason why it was straightforward is because we had 2 low-hanging fruits that conformed the chart. We had 2 day one stocks that we identified where the backside would be and take it from there. So that was kind of my trades for the day. I came in today wanting to size down, and let me explain the reason why I wanted to size down. So I want to be honest with you guys. I haven't been really doing too well mentally in the world of trading, or in the world of my life. I spoke about this a little bit in the trader clinic that I did on Friday, but just so that you guys understand what I am going through is this. I'm a workaholic. If you guys are in MIC, you see me there 18 hours a day. I am answering 100, 150 PMs a day. I am always there for the members, and I have a lot of help to give, right? So lately, I've been finding myself getting a little bit burnt out. I've been working nonstop for about 6 months straight, working every day, every weekend, no vacation. And I'm young, and the reason why I do this is because, again, I love what I do, and I love helping members, and it brings me a sense of fulfillment to do that. The problem is that I've been spending so much time helping others that I have not been spending time helping myself. And on Friday, I just finally lost it. I hit my breaking point mentally. I broke down, emotionally started crying to my dad and said, I can't do this anymore. I'm so sick of it. I'm working too much. I'm not enjoying my life anymore. So I kind of went through an emotional struggle, telling myself that I am being a weak person by asking for help. I felt weak that I was not able to keep this work ethic up. I felt like I was letting myself down. I felt like I was letting the team down. I felt like I was letting the members down because I was not always there to help them. But I also forgot how important it was to help myself. I don't really leave the house. I don't really exercise. I don't really do anything except work. And that's been dangerous too. The reason why I do this is because I have set a goal for myself, right? I have set goals for myself, not only financially, but in relationship wise or friends wise or everything wise. And, when I am not getting to those goals, it kind of upsets me. So I feel like I was not able to be the leader that I had to be if I was not here 24/7. And I finally have realized that that is wrong. To be a leader, it means that you have to take a break. Being a leader means that you have to delegate often. Being a leader means that you have to be open with your struggles. Okay. It's not easy for me to open up about this stuff, right? I am having my best year financially in terms of trading. I'm up hundreds of thousands of dollars on the year. Yet to acquire those results, it took a lot of dedication, motivation, discipline, and hard work. What I failed to realize is that sometimes making less money, working less, is what is going to take you to the next level so that you are emotionally prepared to take on the next things, right? So this is just kind of me opening up to you guys and letting you guys know that I need for my own mental sanity to now create a process in my real life to take care of myself. Okay. So we have a process in trading, right? But now I need a process in my life. So let me kind of explain what I'm going to do to kind of improve myself, to kind of bring myself more happiness, to bring myself more less stress, and to relax more. So number one is this: I'm going to walk every day, no matter what, YouTube Live, Instagram Live. Number two is every day at 2 p.m., instead of getting delivery to my house for lunch, I'm going to go to a restaurant and I'm going to sit at a restaurant and I'm going to try to feel human again. Being in quarantine, I lost my humanity. I've just been sitting home like a robot, getting food delivered, becoming a fat ass. So now I'm going to go to a restaurant, interact with people, talk to people, sit down for a meal rather than sitting at my desk for a meal. I'm going to try to work out more. I'm going to set a day every time to work out. Um, I'm going to make sure that I take a vacation maybe every other month. And it doesn't have to be going to Vegas, it could just be going down the shore. So stuff like that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to set a specific time that from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm going to put my phone in the other room. I'm not going to check it. I'm not going to mess around with it. So these are the things that I want to kind of do, guys, just so that you guys understand what I'm going through. From the outside looking in, I'm sure you guys see a young kid that is making a lot of money, that is living his life and enjoying every second of it. And yes, I am grateful. Yes, I am blessed. But I often forget that health is more important than wealth. And I've been letting wealth control my life for too long. And it is now time to focus on taking it slow, to focus not only taking it slow in my life, but to take it slower in my trading. I want to be able to stop and smell the roses. Instead of focusing on my end destination that I have set for myself, I want to focus on the journey of getting there. I've been so focused on the end destination that I've forgotten to enjoy the journey. And this is just my struggle that I'm going through, guys. Maybe some of you could relate, maybe some of you don't, but this is kind of the level that I'm at mentally right now. And we often forget that trading is a mental game. And I have not been in the top mental shape. So I have to kind of focus on getting my shit back together. And these are the steps that I have to do to get back to being a human. So I appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate you guys understanding. And that is just my way of being honest with you guys because I've been keeping this in for too long and I felt like it would make me a weak person. But talking about it has made me feel empowered. And I want you guys to understand that, you know, if I am able to go through this and I am able to come out of the other side, you guys will be able to too. So, do you guys have any questions? Sorry, I didn't want to get like too emotional, but this is something that I really had to talk about. Let me just do some questions. Yeah, and I've never been so overwhelmed with love. I've had Bao reach out to me. I had Tosh reach out to me, friends, family members. Like I've never felt so much love in my life, guys. I've always been kind of a loner. I've always been doing things alone. And to be able to talk about this and to have people that not only understand that, but also support me, that means a lot to me. That really means a lot to me. Uh, Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with some questions here. Remember, guys, this is trading is trading gives you the ability to become free. You can make unlimited amounts of money trading, but we have to also remember that this is a hard job. This is a mentally taxing job, and sometimes you go to a dark place. Okay, sometimes you go to a dark place, and I was there, and I felt like I was there, and I'm still kind of there. I'm trying to crawl my way out of it, but I just want you guys to understand that this is normal. This is part of the process. Um, there's going to be hardships sometimes in your life and in trading. And that's why I love MIC. That's why I love our family that we have created because you guys get it. You guys have been there. You guys know what it's like. And having someone that I could talk to about it, having someone that understands, having a community of 1,500 people that get it and that back me up means everything to me, guys. It means everything to me. So thank you for helping me find my humanity again. Thank you for giving me the confidence to take care of myself. And that's it, guys. So what I wanted you guys to do is maybe write one lesson at the end of this video for what you learned. And I'm going to go through all the comments and let me see if we could kind of help each other out. So thank you, everyone. If you have any questions about MIC or trading, hit up Tosh, text him 213-458-5997. I'll see you guys back in the room. Thank you.